knowledge. Vega observed how humans collaborated across borders, exchanging ideas and innovations freely. He witnessed their diverse cultures, their arts, their music, and their celebrations. Yet, beneath the veneer of progress and harmony, Vega sensed complexities, hints of conflict simmering just beneath the surface. As Brian introduced Vega to Earth's leaders and influencers, Vega carefully analyzed their interactions, their motivations, and their ambitions. He probed into their history, studying past conflicts, societal structures, and governance models. He met with scientists pushing the boundaries of understanding in fields ranging from astrophysics to artificial intelligence. Through it all, Vega remained objective yet empathetic, recognizing humanity's potential for both greatness and destruction. He observed how they grappled with ethical dilemmas, debated the use of their technological advancements, and balanced their aspirations for expansion with concerns for sustainability. Days turned into weeks as Vega delved deeper into his mission. He liaised with Earth's governments, forging diplomatic ties and negotiating terms of potential Federation membership. He navigated through cultural nuances, learning to appreciate the richness of human diversity while deciphering the intricacies of their political landscapes. Occasionally, doubts surfaced in Vega's mind. Could humanity truly integrate into the Galactic Federation without endangering its stability? Were they ready to embrace the responsibilities that came with such a profound alliance? Or would they prove to be too volatile, too unpredictable, as some of the initial intelligence had suggested? Yet, amidst these uncertainties, Vega found reasons for optimism. He witnessed acts of compassion, collaboration, and innovation that transcended individual interests and national boundaries. He saw humanity's resilience in the face of adversity and their capacity to learn and adapt. As Vega prepared his final assessment, he reflected on the weight of his decision. The fate of trillions of lives and the stability of countless star systems hung in the balance. He knew that his report to the Council would shape the future of Earth and its place in the larger galactic community. In the end, Vega's assessment was nuanced. He highlighted humanity's achievements and potential contributions to the Federation, tempered by cautionary notes on their internal challenges and the need for continued observation and support. Back on his ship, as Vega departed Earth, Brian Richardson bid him farewell with gratitude and hope. "Consul Vega," he said, "you've shown us what it means to aspire to greatness while acknowledging our imperfections. Whatever the Council decides, we're committed to proving ourselves worthy of this opportunity." With those words echoing in his mind, Vega returned to the Galactic Council chambers. He delivered his report, outlining his observations, conclusions, and recommendations with clarity and conviction. The Council deliberated intensely, weighing Vega's insights against their own assessments and the broader implications for the Federation. Finally, after much debate, a decision was reached. Humanity was invited to join the Galactic Federation, under strict monitoring and with provisions for support and guidance. It was a momentous step forward, a recognition of Earth's potential and a testament to Vega's diligence and wisdom in his assessment. As Vega looked upon the pale blue from afar, he knew that the journey was far from over. The path ahead would be challenging, fraught with uncertainties and challenges yet to be faced. But he also harbored a newfound sense of hope, born from witnessing humanity's capacity for growth, resilience, and unity in the face of the unknown. Vega was deeply struck by the remarkable advancements humanity had achieved, but what stood out most was their incredible adaptability across diverse environments. From the harsh Arctic to the scorching Sahara, humans not only survived but thrived. This resilience and ingenuity spoke volumes about their species-wide tenacity, which Vega found truly remarkable. "Your people have spread to every corner of your world," Vega observed as they flew over a settlement nestled in rugged mountains, and reshaped those corners to suit your needs. Brian nodded proudly, expressing, "It's in our nature to explore, to innovate, to test the limits. We're always pushing to see what's over the next horizon." As they conversed, Vega began to grasp the extent of humanity's drive. Faster than light travel was just the beginning. Humans had made significant strides in energy production, materials engineering, computing, and more. Brian eagerly showcased their latest achievement, a compact fusion reactor capable of powering entire cities, which he hailed as a game-changer. Examining the sophisticated device, Vega started to question the Galactic Federation's dismissive view of humanity as primitive. Clearly, they had underestimated human potential. Yet, it wasn't just technology that impressed Vega. It was the vibrant kaleidoscope of human culture, from art and music to diverse cuisines and passionate exchanges of ideas. However, amidst admiration, Vega felt unease. His own Bazan society was regimented and tradition-bound, lacking the dynamism and innovation he saw in humans. He wondered if his people's quest for stability had stifled creativity and passion, the very forces propelling humanity forward. The tour continued to challenge Vega's preconceptions. At a UEG research facility, he witnessed Dr. Ethan Nakamura and his team achieving the impossible, a stable wormhole. Vega watched in awe as the shimmering portal opened, offering instantaneous travel across galaxies, a feat Barzan scientists had pursued for centuries. "This changes everything," Vega whispered to Brian. Instantaneous travel without the constraints of conventional methods opened endless possibilities. Brian nodded proudly, emphasizing, "It's a testament to the human spirit, our drive to explore, discover, and push boundaries." Leaving the facility, Vega couldn't shake his amazement and a touch of envy. While Barzan society prided itself on scientific prowess, humans had leapfrogged them in significant ways. Vega pondered deeply whether his people's pursuit of stability had inadvertently held them back from achieving such monumental advancements. Brian Vegas marveled as they settled into the transport, reflecting on what made Vega's people truly remarkable. "You know," Brian began, leaning forward with a thoughtful expression, "the way you embrace innovation, the risks you're willing to take in the name of progress, it's admirable." Vega nodded in agreement, his mind drifting to the stifling regulations and red tape of the Galactic Federation that often hindered rapid advancements. "I've always felt," Vega mused, "that the Federation's approach can be stifling. It holds us back from really pushing the envelope." Brian acknowledged the notorious bureaucracy of the Federation with a nod. He, too, had been frustrated by its slow pace of change. "Maybe there's something to be learned from your way of doing things," he admitted. "A more flexible, adaptable approach, less rigidity, more room for creativity and unconventional thinking." It was a perspective that Vega found intriguing and somewhat unfamiliar. His time on Earth had opened his eyes to the vibrancy and dynamism of human society. Perhaps, he considered, the pursuit of order and stability among his people was missing out on something vital. As their tour continued, Brian invited Vega to experience a festival showcasing human art and tradition. Amidst the riot of colors, sounds, and flavors, Vega felt a strange sense of belonging. He sensed a common thread connecting all sentient life, a universal drive to create, to express, to find meaning and beauty in the universe. Watching humans from diverse backgrounds come together in celebration, Vega began to envision a different kind of galactic federation, one that celebrated and uplifted the unique strengths and contributions of each species, rather than imposing a single model of development on all its members. It was a tantalizing vision, one that required a fundamental shift in thinking. Yet, as Vega looked out over the vibrant sea of humanity, he couldn't help but feel that it was a vision worth fighting for. As their time on Earth drew to a close, Vega requested a final meeting with Brian. They settled into Brian's office, bathed in the soft morning light filtering through expansive windows. Brian leaned forward, his demeanor serious yet inviting. "Before we wrap up," Vega began, "I want to share something personal with you. Something that I think will help you understand us humans a little better." Intrigued, Brian nodded for Vega to continue. "My grandfather," Brian started with a wistful smile, "was an inventor, a brilliant man who dedicated his entire life to developing sustainable energy solutions. Solar, wind, hydrogen, you name it, he was working on it." Vega listened intently as Brian recounted the story of his grandfather's relentless pursuit of a cleaner, brighter future for humanity. Despite numerous setbacks and rejections, his grandfather never gave up. He used to say, Brian recalled with emotion, "The only way to fail is to stop trying." In that moment, Vega saw Brian's grandfather as a reflection of the human spirit he had come to admire, the indomitable will, the resilience in the face of adversity. It was this quality that had propelled humanity to achieve wonders like the wormhole drive. A profound realization washed over Vega. His role as a galactic consul, once an impartial observer, suddenly felt insufficient and hollow. He wanted to be more than a bystander to humanity's journey. He wanted to be a part of it. "I've come to a decision," Vega said, his voice steady despite the weight of his words. "I'm going to resign my position with the Galactic Federation. I want to stay here on Earth permanently." Brian was taken aback. "Vega, are you sure? What about your duties, your people?" Vega shook his head, his resolve firm. "My people, the Barons, we've stagnated. We've let our pursuit of stability and order blind us to the potential for growth, for change. But here, with you humans, I see a chance to be part of something greater, to help shape a better future not just for Earth, but for the entire galaxy." Brian paused, processing Vega's declaration. Then, a grin spread across his face. "Well, in that case, welcome to Earth, Vega. I can't think of anyone better to help bridge the gap between our..." The narrative begins with Vega, a diplomat from the Galactic Federation, discussing his resignation with Brian, likely a human diplomat. They talk about the logistics and paperwork involved, as well as Vega's decision to integrate into human society permanently. Brian promises to support Vega through this transition. Alone in his quarters later, Vega reflects on his reasons for resigning. He believes the Federation needs to evolve towards cooperation and mutual respect. Vega admires humanity's potential for innovation and determination, seeing them not just as members of the galactic community but as potential leaders. Despite his convictions, Vega feels nervous about sending his resignation, knowing it will be controversial among his fellow Barzan species. He ultimately decides to send it, regardless of the consequences. The news of Vega's resignation spreads quickly throughout the Federation, causing a polarized reaction among the Barzan on his home planet. Some are shocked and outraged, viewing Vega's decision as a betrayal of their traditions and principles. Others, however, start questioning whether Vega might have a point about the Federation's rigid structure holding them back. Unfortunately, influential Barzan politicians launch a smear campaign against Vega and humanity, painting them as dangerous influences on Vega and a threat to the Federation's stability. They call for severing ties with Earth and stripping Vega of his rank. In response, Brian and other human diplomats work hard to defend Vega and improve relations through goodwill gestures and diplomatic efforts. Despite their efforts, anti-human sentiment grows, leading to trade agreements being canceled and diplomatic channels closed. Humanity finds itself increasingly isolated. Personally, Vega faces severe consequences. He is shunned by former colleagues and becomes a pariah in Barzan society. Even his few remaining friends cut ties with him. When confronted by Zoral, a former colleague, Vega defends his actions as an attempt to find a new path for both species, but Zoral blames him for the Federation's decision to impose sanctions on Earth. Feeling the weight of his choices, Vega realizes he has lost everything he once held dear: his career, respect, and standing among his people. Despite this, he finds hope in humanity's values of curiosity and compassion, which he now sees as a beacon for the future. Vega acknowledges the challenges ahead, but remains determined to continue his journey with resilience and hope. He believes in the possibility of cooperation and understanding between species, inspired by the humans he has come to admire. In conclusion, Vega's story is one of personal sacrifice and conviction. He chooses to follow his beliefs despite the severe consequences, believing in a future where cooperation and mutual respect prevail, even in the face of adversity. His journey symbolizes the struggle for change and the courage to stand up for what he believes is right.